Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com, is brought to you by NH Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system. Clamp Tight, the clamp-making tool. And by RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need.
Well, thanks to all our great sponsors. And welcome back to Tech Garage, presented by RockAuto.com. Well, Sean, you're sticking with us with another segment. I'm sure grateful for that. You know, we found that sensor was actually bad. Josh is going to go ahead and replace them all. Good idea?
Very good idea.
Yeah, 2015. I can't do the math, but that's a lot of time.
Correct.
In order for Josh to do that, it was pretty simple. He just kind of cheated a bit. He put the tire on there backwards. He protected the rim. He put it down, and then he kind of collapsed the bead enough to where he could sneak in there and take that tire pressure monitor off the old one. That one was a screw type. He kind of just unscrewed it, took it apart, took it out of the tire. Once he did that, well, he had the new Ready sensor, and that was super easy because that was a click-on type. So what he did is actually lubed it up a little bit because he had to pull the valve stem through the tire. Once he did that, he clicked it together. Once he clicked it together, he actually got a special tool, and that special tool actually pulled it up through the rim, the hole in the rim, and what it did, it popped the actual stem up in there. Then he made sure the tire pressure monitor was secure in the right place so he didn't break it with the bead, let the bead go, reared up the tire, balanced it, and now he's out on a test drive, Sean. He wants that light to go off, and then, you know, we're still gonna have to reprogram it and locate it all, but we'll pull that car back in a little while. We'll make sure it's in tip-top shape. Sean, let's slow down and switch gears a bit and talk about looking at tires for air pressure. I know the tire pressure monitors do a great job, but manufacturers are really, really critical about their air pressure. And if you're looking at it, Sean, look at this graphic right here. I mean, you got 100%, and then you can pull up 70%, all the way down to 40%. Now, looking at those side by side, can you tell a difference?
No, it's hard to tell the difference. And TPMS, the light usually comes on at about 25%. And you can see from the graphic at 70% compared to 100, it's hard to tell a difference.
The radial tires are squishy, so looking at the sidewall is not going to tell you what's going on. That's not a good idea.
No, not a good idea at all.
What should we do? What should we look? Where should we look? How do we know the air pressure?
We need to look at the door placard. That's going to give us the pressure for that vehicle with those tires.
Now, I looked at the tires. There's pressure on there as well.
Yeah, that's max pressure. Totally different.
Not a good thing. Look at the door placard. That's the key. Now, Continental Tire Division, they actually hooked us up with some tires here, and there's a huge difference between them. Now, the first one, Sean, this is Extreme Contact. This tire is a radial tire, and it's kind of hard to tell the air pressure in that as well. Tell us a little bit about that tire.
That's a Extreme Contact tire. It's an all-season tire, dry, wet, snow, made for all the seasons. It even has DWS on there for a wear indicator.
It does, and that's pretty cool because we're actually going to put this on our Marauder. We got a show coming up. I don't want to tell the audience too much, but we're going to put a set of those on there. That's a pretty high performance tire. That's going to make great traction, and it's a really good tire.
That is correct.
Now, on the other hand, though, let me show you this right here, Sean. We actually put these Conti Pro Contact SSR. Now, SSR is self-supporting radials. You can see them right there. I actually put them on the car, and I took this and I let almost all the air out of that tire right there. Looking at it, you can't tell anything, can you?
No, sidewall on those, very, very stiff, made to run flat for a distance.
Yeah, for a distance. I mean, they're great tires. We're talking about temporary or extended driving without any air. Manufacturers today, like I said, they're trying to make these things have perfect air pressure. Now, corporate average fuel economy, they want these tires to have the proper air pressure so they're getting good fuel mileage. What are they doing with some new technology out there?
Yeah, we got a new technology called Tire Fill Assist, or it's a filling assistant. It allows the driver, when they're filling air, to be notified when the proper door placard pressure is reached.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Now, can you just get out, or every manufacturer a little bit different? Do I just fill the tire, or do I need lights on, or how does it work?
Every manufacturer is different, and not all manufacturers have it. Some, you have to have a low pressure alert before the system is active, but on this vehicle here, you can just turn the key on and start filling the air, and the hazard light will flash, and when we reach that placard pressure, the horn honks.
Well, let's do it. Come on over here and demonstrate it for us. We actually have a low tire pressure light on this vehicle, so it should be ready to go ahead and kind of do that TFA, that tire fill assist. If you put the gauge on there, Sean, let's see what the pressure is actually. So you're at about 29 PSI right now, so that would be low and the TPS light's on.
Yeah, and now as we start filling air in here, you'll notice that the hazard lights will start flashing on this vehicle. And when we reach that door placard pressure, the horn will honk.
So it's flashing, letting you know you're put, wow.
That's it.
That's it. Now let's see what the gauge says. Wow, it's right on the money. I think your placard's about 36.
Yep, 37 on the gauge.
That's amazing. Well, that's some high-tech technology built into tires today. Speaking of technology, we got some electronic power steering coming up right after this break. Stick around. There's plenty more Tech Garage presented by RockAuto.com.
John, who's the sponsor of the show this week?
Dave, if I had to guess, I would say RockAuto.com.
Subtle.
Yeah, big time. But you know what? They are all about Tech Garage.
And you can be too. You can catch all the previous seasons of Tech Garage on YouTube. Was that 8 seasons?
Absolutely. And check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that cool social media. We're pumping it out 24/7, and we love to hear from you. We're a show for the people, Dave.
It's a great place to send us a note and tell us how we're doing.